There's certain jobs women should not do. There's a few jobs women shouldn't do. President, senator, congressman, cop, doctor, lawyer, fire department, banking, financial tech, math, higher education, any education above third grade, a chef, a manager of a hotel, CEO or CFO, COO, CIO of a company, investing, VC, venture capital, driving Ubers, Lyfts, cabs, working at aquariums or zoos or hotels, entertainment, you know, didn't know the difference between the gun and the taser. Is that a problem? When you have a woman cop, she needs to be a real lesbian, like a barn-raising, dykes on bikes lesbo. Because then men will respect her. No one respected this woman. So she had to try to be cool and shoot people. Kids are going to die. This is not negotiable. They drink too much. They get in a car. They do too many drugs. They try to do a dumb internet prank, and they fall off a roof. They're going to die. One girl I knew, her boyfriend strangled her under a bridge. That's not technically her fault. But that's what happens when you're in a very passionate relationship, and some women should know that. So this dude, he's a baseball player in Baton Rouge. They go on a cruise to the Bahamas. I don't even know why. He's picturing at his wedding, his best man's going to be like, Cameron, hey, Jessica, you're getting a fucking crazy guy. I was with him when he jumped off a fucking pirate ship in the Bahamas. Everybody thought he was going to die. There were sharks everywhere. But fucking Cameron, he doesn't give a fuck about anything. It's none of that. It's boat in death in front of everyone. And then they get to describe the aftermath. What a great fucking way to start the summer. Your friend gets eaten by sharks in front of you. They're on the phones going, Cameron was eaten by a fucking shark. They're saying Cameron was eaten by a fucking shark, dude. He jumped off. It's fucking nuts. How fun is that in 2030 if you're dying because they can't put a puss on you? We got a problem. So they need to figure this out. I don't want people dying. I want them to figure out how to make better pussies. America, figure out how to make a better pussy. Listen to me, medical community, Fauci. If you can't give my son a pussy he's proud of, then if I can't look at my son's pussy without feeling a little bit of pride, I don't want to I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved because that's sick. That's sick. He comes home and he goes, I got a puss. And we're like, great. And then he's like, here it is. And we're all looking at his pussy at Christmas. And his sister's like, oh my God, that's gross. Put it away. And I'm like, shut up. He accomplished that. And then I look at it and I'm like, the lips are green. And then my neighbor says, what's going on? And I go, you know, my son, Ralph's pussy is green. And my neighbor goes, didn't you just get that pussy? I go, he just got that pussy. Folks, I know people might be offended by this. What I'm trying to say is that I want better pussies. I want better pussies and I want better cocks for the ladies that want cocks. I want a hard, thick cock for my daughter. Like a 7.5, nice big cock that's perfectly pink and thick and round with two nice balls. I want that for my daughter. If my daughter comes home with a rotten cock, I hate to bring family drama on the show. I hate that. You know, I don't do it. We can get this down. My Aunt Kathleen, by the way.
Okay.
Now, let's get something straight, you bum bitch. I keenly remember you faking that you overdosed on drugs and you were taken to a hospital in an ambulance in front of your mother. Do you remember that? I remember you going to a hospital and then having the entire family go worried about you. Not me, but other people, because I know what you're up to, you clown bitch. What part of Grandpa's legacy were you thinking about when you took his money for law school and then never practiced law, forcing your father to set up a pretend law office for you in your basement that you pretend to be a lawyer in. Kathleen, and I know you watch this, okay, in between reading Q drops and letting Fox News broil your already Vicodin-addled brain, okay? It's the wrong day, Kathleen. I'm the wrong one. You know that. I don't want to be near you. You should be in a padded room. How my mother is in an asylum and you have somehow escaped it is beyond me, and it's beyond everybody. If I could make Israel a big party, if I could get every American corporation to just go into the Gaza Strip and just make it into a big mall so that they could enjoy it. Everybody could work at a Lowe's, be divorced, and have a kid that doesn't hate you. You got a few nice friends, and you don't see each other that much out of work. You did one time, but it was kind of weird. And you kind of see a woman who you think might be seeing someone else. She smokes a lot and says she has no plans on stopping. That is the best you're going to do in this country, on average, for the most part. Your daughter doesn't completely hate you. She pities you, which you think might be a little worse. But you're not bleeding out in the Gaza Strip. If you get it together, relax with the religion on both sides. If you're lucky, one day you will be driving alone 45 minutes to work in a Lowe's. And you'll think to yourself, you know what? It's not that bad. And you'll never see the teenage driver coming. You'll smile thinking about your daughter and the somewhat mediocre sex you'll have with that whore later on. You'll hear the smack and you'll feel the glass. That's the American win. So if you get your fucking act together out there in the desert, you could have that. I am more talented than 90% of people that live in this city, and they all live in castles. So the reality is I am fucked, and it was because of this cocktail. I've not had a meaningful relationship in my life because of this cocktail. I have very few friends. And the ones I have that I've had for a very long time, I strongly dislike. I live to entertain people, to make them happy for nothing, for no reason. I barely enjoy that. It's just what I have to do. I'm built to do nothing else. I was in subprime mortgages. I was dumb enough to sell the product to myself. I sold the house to myself. You're not supposed to get so drunk you scam yourself. I scammed myself. I'd absolutely love for a couple of days a week to just work at either a car insurance or something to just kind of have that feeling. There's nothing better than being in a dead-end job with other losers. I'm telling you. All I'm around right now is successful, wealthy people. It's terrible. They want to all keep just taking different forms of DMT until the aliens get so sick of them in hyperspace. They keep going, you again? These aliens are in the other dimension going, will you go to work? Get a job. The deepest, realest conversations I've had with anybody have been outside of like a call center or a mortgage office or whatever, smoking a cigarette in an empty parking lot, going, what the fuck are we going to do? When you work in those jobs, you're allowed to hate. It's encouraged. You're allowed to hate. You're allowed to be bitter, resentful. What's wrong with Deb? She's a sick bitch. Deb's a sick fuck. She's sick. A couple of weeks ago, she thought she was having a stroke. That's how fucking wound up she gets. One day she is going to have a stroke because she's sick, man. That has to go somewhere. You can't say that to your wife at your house.
They want to get rid of home ownership. Yeah. They want people to all be on the grid in a major way. They want surveillance, cradle to grave, 24 hours a day. But we're also a silly country now. So we have kids in the suburbs calling themselves Maoists, unironically, in these leafy green suburbs. And then we have the alt-right, and it's the same kids, and they want a return to the Holy Roman Empire. The girl who threatened her mother on Dr. Phil is a legitimate star, right? Bad Baby. Remember that woman?
Oh, yeah.
She threatened to kill her mother on TV. She's a star now.
She has massive Instagram following.
Massive. But Bezos, at least, he's on a raft with these whores in the middle of the ocean. At least that inspires people.
It's his girlfriend. I think it's actually his girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's really pretty.
She's pretty in an interesting way. What
does that mean?
There's a shapeliness to her she seems threatening.
Like an animal.
She looks like an agent.
Politics is for losers. Haven't we explained that? Pull up that clip where AOC, I don't know if you can even find it. She's talking to some group and she says she's a little Jewish. So it's like, cut it out, AOC. Play this clip here. This fraud.
Time ago, generations and generations ago, my family consisted of Sephardic Jews.
Look, she's chewing it up. Pause that. She's like, you see, I sensed it. What is wrong with you? They are actors. They are frauds. She's claiming to be a bagel. These women, or not sorry. These entities with, green hair and a USB port for a clit. And then I look in Twitter and many of them have blocked me. They've already blocked me. And I'm like, what? What did I do? Did I shoot anyone? I didn't grab my family and say, let's all get in the van, go to the protest. I'm commentating on it. Let's break this down for a minute. I never talk about comedy, but let me get in here for a minute. Comedy is a haven for the mentally ill. There is actually very little comedy. The majority of comedy and comedians are mentally ill people. They're sick, including me. The difference is that I'm funny. You see, if I was sick and not funny, I'd be angry. I don't mind a little Marxism, baby. But then there's 90 million fucking people that aren't funny that are just angry because things are unfair. Mm-hmm. Do I come out here every week and go, it's getting better, and what am I, Ben Shapiro? Well, actually, folks, it's actually not as bad as you think. No, I think I'm pretty honest about how fucked we are. I wasn't saying she deserved to die because she was fat. I said the cop made a split-second decision because he saw the girl with a knife charging another girl. The fat activist movement came for me again. Fat people at one time were a jolly, sad, but jolly people. Now fat people are they're rude. They're saying that fat is like a mark of achievement or a mark of virtue. I'm not telling anyone not to love themselves, but I'm saying you should love yourself within reason. There's got to be a point where you stop loving yourself. There's got to be a line. There was a guy when I grew up. He was 1,100 pounds. His name was Walter. He's from Long Island. Some fucking person will find it. They had to cut out part of his house to get him out of the house. Did he really need to hear that he was beautiful the way he was?